Hi there, Bookum. Good morning.
Good morning, Shadricka. Did you happen to watch the news?
Well, I'm kind of young. I don't really pay much attention to it. But something did catch my attention while Papa was watching TV.
What was that? I think I know, but go ahead and tell me.
He was talking about watching on TV what is it called? The solar eclipse. That's right. Hi again. Well, you know us. We sit here and we start our program talking about what we might be talking about today.
And what Shadricka just said, excuse me, I'm a little tongue-tied trying to get going this morning. Anyway, about a solar eclipse. There was something really important that came out of that.
I don't think probably anybody really paid much attention to it, but let's ask Papa. What do you think?
I know where they're going.
What amazed me as I watched the news was the world stopped. That's right. Millions of people across the world where this solar eclipse both could be seen or you could see it on TV because it didn't cross your part of the world. Everything for a few minutes stopped. Ooh, see?
I get it. See, we've been talking to you kids about, becoming the best you can be,
and to grow up and know that this world is the only world we will ever have.
And your time in this world is pretty short.
You're born, you become a kid going to school,
you grow up and you go to high school,
you maybe go on to some other form of training, and you begin to think about, having a job or how you're going to live.
You meet somebody and maybe you become partners. That's the word today, I guess.
But you get married and you have children, and then those children are going to follow you.
Ooh, that's a lot to think about when you're just a kid.
Well, it is, but see, it is true.
And what yesterday was when the solar eclipse happened and everybody stopped and were awed and amazed.
Imagine if the people in the world would come together instead of falling apart.
That the wars would stop, the bombs wouldn't drop, people would stop cussing at each other
and calling each other bad names. My goodness. That's not any way to teach children growing up like you kids who are watching us.
No, indeed. And that is why we say yesterday was a very, very special time that happened.
And it won't happen until Papa is 100 years old.
Whoa! Whoa! That's what they said. The next solar eclipse is going to be in 2044.
Well, that means I was born in 1944. That means I'm 80 now. And if I live 20 more years, there'll be another one. But we wouldn't want the world to wait 20 more years for people to stop fighting each other and getting all angry and upset at their leaders in their countries and the people who have power to make these decisions that affect all of us. If we could just stop like we did yesterday, instead of for a few minutes. Say, wait a minute, folks. These children in the world are smarter than us. Say, you kids are, because you know this is a wonderful place to live.
If you have food to eat, And if you have family around and you have friends, now that may not happen everywhere, but we know the world could become a safer, healthier, happier place if people would get together instead of falling apart. And that's certainly going to be true in our country today. Everybody looks up to the United States, but sometimes even here we just can't seem to get along together. That's pretty crazy, and for a kid, it doesn't make much sense. It's time to put aside bad feelings and decide who's going to do what, and who knows better than I do, or I know better than you do, or you need to believe in me. No, you need to believe in me. We need to stop that. My goodness, children are smarter than that. And we hope that just talking to all of you and reminding you what we could really think about the solar eclipse of yesterday and what a lesson it had to offer everybody in the world. Oh my goodness, at least we'd get an idea that peace could actually happen. All it takes is people putting aside their differences and saying, if you believe this way, that's okay. If you listen to me and I'll listen to you, we might come closer together. We might think better about each other. And we could put away all these weapons of destruction. And we could put all that billions and trillions of dollars to making life better for all the people on the whole planet. I know that seems like an awfully big task, but I bet if you put the kids together and had them sit down with the leaders and say, excuse me, stop this fighting. Stop putting each other down. How about we come together for the whole country? How about we come together for the whole world? My goodness, it doesn't take a child to sit down and say, why are these grown-ups fighting like they do? It doesn't make much sense, and it sure isn't teaching us kids a good lesson. Certainly not. So for today, what do you think, Papa? Out of the mouths of babes, out of you children. You children are the future. You have so much to teach us. You have so much you teach me. Thank you. Thank you for standing up and saying, folks, enough is enough. Let's stop all this stuff. I don't know if many people will pay attention to this video, but maybe you kids can get your parents to pay attention to the video. Maybe other people in other countries might come to look at this video. They might see if we had tear ducts instead of just being puppets. We would have tears falling out of our eyes over the stuff that people do in the world that keeps people apart and makes people hate each other. And if you don't believe like me, you don't belong in the world. And that's a crazy thing. Kids know that. So children, kids, those of you who watch us, please learn. Please become the leaders of tomorrow. And let's bring peace in the world. Most people think that's a total impossibility. And throughout the years and the centuries so far, it's true. But it doesn't have to stay true. We could actually make a difference. And you're making a difference too just by listening to us. We hope this made sense to you. We hope you come back to see us again. We would love to continue working with you to talk about how we all make the world a safer, healthier, better place for the children who will be born today, tomorrow, and the rest of this year, and forever for that matter.
because the children will grow up to become the adults who lead the world. You who are listening to us are tomorrow's leaders. Thank you for being a part of our program. We hope you have enjoyed this time with us. So from me, Shadricka, me, Bookum, and from me, Papa Pete, share this with others. Have them watch this program. And if you found that what we were sharing makes a lot of sense, well, give us likes and subscribe. And let's make this a wonderful world. It is. It could be so much better if we just come together. And we came together today. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Well, it's